ethical threeways, hirsute pursuits, and dating when you're just too damn sexy. Coming up today on The Point. Hello and welcome to The Point, the only talk show bringing gay and straight men together to see what happens. I'm making it longer for you.
We should do a cut. We should do a cut to everybody's face, like in anticipation, just like really quick in succession.
Let's jump right into it. Talking point number 1: Three's Company.
Come and knock on our door.
That's all we can sing for copyright reasons.
Mr. Roper.
Right. Ryan Scotes, a researcher at Birmingham City University, has done his PhD research on threesomes.
That sounds like
again.
a made-up thing you say in a book. I've done a PhD in Threeways. Like I am a doctor of fucking. Like, come on.
No,
Scotch tape researcher.
He did his PhD in and of course he did an interview with my favorite website now, askmen.com, and he talks about how to have an ethical.
You were looking for assmen.com
No,
and you stumbled across this site, didn't you, accidentally?
So the question is, how do you have an ethical three-way? And he talks about how there needs to be discussion between the two partners about bringing in a third. You have to have consent, understanding for what it means in the relationship. And you have to decide whether or not you will restrict behaviors with the third person to preserve the specialness of the relationship. Otherwise, without the understanding, knowledge, and communication between the two people, it just won't be that successful.
So wait, his
a three-way.
PhD is just about couples having a threesome.
Having a three-way, yes.
I'm unclear about what an unethical threesome is. Can someone explain this?
Well, I mean,
Ridiculous.
When your partner just opens a closet door and it's just like, I have a gift for you. Like,
Cheating.
yeah.
well,
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah. An unethical threesome.
I mean, well, there's a famous book called The Ethical Slut about how to be,
Slutty and ethical.
Promiscuous?
promiscuous. See, all those words give a negative connotation.
Have a lot of sex without
Have a lot
hurting
of
anyone.
sex without hurting anyone or hurting yourself. And I think for couples, you can go into it, let's say a guy wants to have sex with his girlfriend and another woman.
I don't think
and
that's ever come up.
pressures the girlfriend into having the three-way or whatever. I mean, that's
You
off
can't
the top of my head.
pressure
My
somebody.
friend.
Yes,
who
of
was a
course you
lesbian-
can.
No, I think you really can.
Well, I guess you can blackmail them emotionally.
No, it's not about blackmail, but it's about sort of asserting a dominance kind of thing, and it's sort of like, I don't want to upset him, or I'm only going to be able to keep him if he's happy, so I guess
Well,
I
that's
should
a horrible
do this.
relationship anyway.
Yeah.
Well, but
Obviously,
yeah,
but
Sounds like you're already on your way out.
these things happen. You know?
Yeah,
Go
but
to that
these-
girl and don't come back.
These things happen. I mean, I
Okay.
think with couples, not a lot. I don't know how many, but if you loved me, you would blah. And I think three-ways or opening up the relationship in certain ways can be used in that way.
Is this this whole polyamorous thing too? Does that tread along those lines?
No,
as
that's
well?
those people. Everybody's down to
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
everyone. So I don't
yeah.
think it's the same.
But it's the same regard.
Polyamory is an umbrella term, and this I think would
Yeah, it's
fall
part of it.
under.
Oh man.
And that diagram
rubric.
thing.
Yeah.
Venn diagram.
It's different because you're not in a relationship with them. You just want to sleep with them. That's the
Yeah, I mean the way
No,
I
but
see
polyamory is having relationships with multiple
yeah.
people.
the way I see polyamory is sort of like you take a couple and it's sort of just like expanding that sort
couple.
of connection to multiple people. You know what I mean?
I don't have enough gas in the tank for that, man.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Way too many text messages.
You have said before that you don't enjoy threesomes.
Or even being with
I've
one
never
person.
tried one, so like.
Oh, you've never.
Said, or even being with one person.
Yeah, I mean, like people in general are awful. So not that dog. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, or those cats.
So you've never had a three-way?
No.
Oh.
No.
Because you were saying the other
I
day.
love how
like
in the
it's-
straight community it's a very different thing. It's like you've had a three-way?
Tell us
For you
more.
as a gay man, it's like, oh, you've never had a three-way? That's so weird.
No. Yeah, I never.
Well,
no.
part of this article talks about how it's becoming more and more common for people and couples to have
Like straight
three-ways.
couples?
Yeah, straight couples,
That's fun.
particularly the younger the person and the people are.
Aren't there people on Bumble and stuff like that that actually go out searching
My
for like a
friend-
third person?
My friend who's lesbian.
called a unicorn.
She complains about how straight couples who are looking for a third girl just pull, or what's it called? There's an infestation of them on lesbian dating apps. Because it's always a straight girl who sets it up, fills her account with like pictures or whatever. She's usually created. It's like, oh, me and my boyfriend are looking for whatever. And that's like really annoying. That's like swipe left, and that's all lesbians do. Apparently, the one lesbian I know. One of the lesbians I know.
Supposedly, the apps that are popular for finding threeways are Grindr.
Really?
Oh.
Well, this is for straight people.
Straight people?
This is for straight people.
Well,
Really?
No,
They
it's
use
not.
Grindr.
I've seen that.
I mean, if you're looking to add a guy. But
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm straight, but I want to have sex with 2 other dudes.
Well, no. If a couple is
I've had
looking
that
for
happen
a
too,
second
me too.
guy,
Which is a rare. Yeah.
Bye guy.
a bi guy,
yeah.
other apps are fab swingers,
Oh.
What is
which
that?
I've never heard of,
Fabulous swingers, duh.
Thrinder?
and Field,
Oh.
which is what did you say?
Thrinder.
I'd never. That's
Become
What?
Field is the.
Yes,
it used
I
to
had
be
never heard of
Thrinder.
this.
Yeah.
Thrinder?
Thrinder.
That's genius.
They changed their name.
Oh, they changed the name?
It's called Field now. yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you're in a
That's very
relationship.
copyright,
Have
I'm on the beta of their new testing.
have you and your girlfriend approached this subject at all?
Well, it sort of came up where like an old fling had contacted me and was just like, "Would you like to go have lunch?" And I was just like, "Wait a minute, is this lunch or is this like lunch?" And she's like, "No, like
Knock on
I
our
want
door."
to get together." And I was curious because I'm like, I saw on Facebook you got married. She goes, "Oh yeah, he's cool with it. If you want him to join, he can join. If you want your partner to join, she can join. We can swap." Like she just basically opened it up.
Are you talking about lunch still?
Yeah, they're like, it's just like swingers.
And
You're
so-
actually gonna share the Tinder?
And so then I was like, no, because I can't fathom that in the bounds of my relationship. Like I don't think I could take my girlfriend being with someone else, and so don't think it would be fair for me to be with someone else.
Yeah.
And so, but I told her about it, and we talked about it, and just laughed, and I was just like, honestly, we kind of dodged a bullet because I've seen her husband, and you would have got the short end of that stick.
And
good.
Tito, you're in a relationship.
Nuggets.
We're not talking about that.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
I've had threesomes outside of that.
Outside of your relationship?
Now, as when you were
Like
the
before.
you were the single person, and because part of this article,
Yeah, I've hooked up with couples.
part of this article talks about the dynamic if you're the couple versus if you're the single
Right.
person.
Yeah.
Well, it's better being the single person because then you have two people like.
Yeah, you're the guest star and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Anna Faris
I love Anna.
was recently on the late night with Seth Meyers, where she said that threesomes sound better than they actually are.
That's what I think too.
That's what I think.
Everything
I mean,
is
like,
better
to
than
each-
it
they're pretty fun.
sounds
To
better
each their
than
own. I mean, like, I'm sure there's bad experiences as well as amazing experiences.
probably.
You know, with everything.
She and Chris.
They're no longer together.
Maybe that's why they're no longer together.
Oh my god! Imagine that would be so hot.
I would threesome the shit out of
Even
that.
these guys would totally have a thhree.
I would totally
You
do
would totally
anything
do
they
it.
want.
I'd have a threesome with anybody, Tito.
I'd be like, you're funny.
Okay. So before we get, would you have a threesome with a man and a woman if that was the woman?
Yeah.
Well, I would have
And
a
if
threesome
Chris
with Chris
Pratt
Pratt
was
and
a guy.
anyone.
That's called the devil's three-way.
I
Would you have a
threesome
three-way
with Chris Pratt
with-
and like a cat?
With the two of them. Okay. Would you be? No, this is a serious question. As a straight man, is the issue of like crossing swords an issue?
I've had the quote unquote devil's three-way before, yeah, but like it was just more of a tag team type of,
Yeah.
So
You're
you
not
go in
either
and
end of
then
the
he
person.
goes in.
Your balls aren't.
No,
like,
it's just
knocking
like
together.
I
Eiffel
really don't
Tower
want to
in.
get into this like whole thing, but it's just like
we do.
Yeah.
one
Hold
on
on,
one end, one on the other
what's
end.
this? What's
So
happening?
you
over
Eiffel
here?
Towered then.
Is that what that is?
Eiffel Tower or A Street.
Or the wobbly H.
And high five.
Wobbly H.
The wobbly H.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
I mean,
Finger
but-
cuffs, isn't it?
Wait,
good
did you
one.
know the
This-
guy? Like, were you friends?
Yeah. This girl just really wanted it
Okay.
from us.
Well, this Anna Faris article I think is interesting because there are some people who are calling her out for putting down threeways because it encourages the stigma of threesomes and.
She's not.
No.
She's saying I've done it
She's
before and
saying
it's
it's
not
not
that
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's not for everyone. If she doesn't like it, then that's it. Like,
She's
what
not saying
wrote
don't
that
do
article
it.
is a
It's
prude and
terrible.
needs
Well,
to get
she
it.
was basically saying, don't bother because they're not as good as you think they will be.
Well, who
Maybe
did she
she
have hers
didn't-
with? Is a
yeah.
question. We know half of it was Chris Pratt. That was already a win. I know that they're
Or
separated.
do we? Do we know? Maybe this was prior to Chris
Frankly,
Pratt.
if you're having a three-way and it's not as good as it should be,
You're doing it wrong.
you're doing it wrong.
100%.
And now it's time for Tito's midpoint.
It's time for Tito's three-way.
This week we're playing Moot Point, and I'm gonna give you some multiple choice answers. You guys have to guess. This is all related to Movember, so it's facial hair-ish.
Has anybody done that before? The Movember thing? Raise money?
Never, because it's disgusting.
Why?
Okay, well,
I've
I don't
raised
like
like
it.
I raised like $500 the one year.
yeah, I mean, I
No, that's amazing. I just I don't like how it
gross.
looks on people.
Okay, first of all, Zayd is playing way too much with his facial hair.
I woke up like this.
Number two, I think it's great if you're raising money for men's health issues.
Or you're playing a character called Porn Stash. Other than that.
I think a lot of people who take part in Movember, they're just growing the mustache for the sake of whatever, and they're
Yeah,
not.
like it's a trend.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. All right, number one. On average, how long will a man's beard grow in a year? 5.5 inches, 7.5 inches, or 9 inches?
5.5
inches?
inches.
I think 5.5.
Yeah.
5 was not even one of them. 5.5 is correct.
well, 5.5 is the average length.
Mine is like 8 inches now, but it's so curly that y'all can't
I
tell.
thought you were talking about.
Mine is like 8 inches,
But
and
it's
ready to go.
No, but it's so curly that you can just.
You can't even, yeah, it hits the spot. I gotta turn you over.
Next, on average, how many whiskers encompass a man's face? 10,000, 30,000, or 50,000?
I think I have like 5. Yeah.
On average.
On average.
10,000.
30,000.
No, yeah, 30 maybe. No,
I feel like
tell me
it's
the
on
answer.
lesser than a head.
Well, 10,000
Yeah.
sounds like a lot.
No, that
so-
does not sound like a lot, actually. I'm going to go with 30. I'm going to go with 30.
You're correct.
Now, is it okay? So you're Jordanian, right? You're from the Middle East. Is it
You've studied
is
beards
it really
extensively.
easy for Middle Eastern men to grow, and as
No.
opposed to like
No, it's really
Asian
not.
men?
No. They have the best beard. If you do have
This-
a beard, which
this
is very
is-
rare.
I
But
shaved yesterday.
what I really wish I had was the hair on your head on my face. Because
Oh.
that'll just be like, you wake up and you're like,
Oh, that'd be
done.
nice.
But now it's like lawnmowers and beard waxes and shit. And like there's, Middle Eastern like beards and there's like not Middle Eastern beard. Like this is like if I don't do that, like it'll Osama very quickly. And it's not very good. It makes life really harder. So you gotta keep it.
All right, let's move on before I start making really inappropriate jokes.
Hey, I can say that.
What do you call the fear of beards?
The fear of beards?
Yes, some people have.
I have a fear of hipster beards.
Oh.
Is that called paleophobia,
No.
capillomophobia,
That one.
or pogonophobia?
The middle.
Poganophobia. Has to be.
How do you know this?
I don't know. It sounds really
It
neat.
does sound like the most
Yeah.
fun one.
Pogala. It's not even a real word, is it?
You are correct, but that's got it.
Pogolophobia?
Correct and incorrect.
Pogolophobia.
Pogonophobia is correct?
Pogono. It's pogonophobia. Pogonophobia.
Pogolophobia is the Yiddish word for what he's. Anyway, go ahead.
Amazing. Great.
Exactly. The University of Southern Queensland found that facial hair can block up to what percentage of the sun's harmful UV rays?
40%. Oh, sorry,
60.
multiple choice. Sorry, I'm sorry.
65%, 78%, or 95%?
68.
95.
95.
Wait, what was the middle
that
one?
an Option?
70 what?
78.
70.
65, 78, and 95.
Yeah, 78.
No, I tricked you guys. It's 95, you were right.
Yeah. That's why you get somebody who, like, at the end of the summer to shave, and you get a nice, really nice tan line.
That's true.
Funny, you're the expert on the.
On the facial hair? Because I study it because I'll never have it.
I feel the same way about foreskin.
Oh, there you go. I'm sure your study of that is probably a little more
Very
intensive
practical.
than mine.
Very
Yeah, yeah.
hands-on.
Very
Sometimes
hands-on.
Mouth on. Very mouth on.
Kidding.
Very hands-on, gloves off.
Yeah, pretty much.
What was the longest female beard ever recorded?
Too long.
30 centimeters, 20 centimeters, or 10 centimeters?
30.
Yeah, 30.
Nice foot.
It was.
Really?
Foot long. I got a foot long.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's a big beard. For anyone.
Before we get into trouble on that one,
Yeah.
let's move on.
Beards grow faster in the daytime than the nighttime. True or false?
False.
It's true.
I was gonna say true.
I was gonna say that
Wait,
you're like
they grow
asleep,
faster
so
in
it
the
should just
daytime?
grow.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you sleep, like your nails don't grow as fast when you
Or
sleep.
is it because like during the day you're like awake, so you're up, so like gravity's like pulling the beard out of your face, rather than lying down? It's not really.
It's just a function of metabolism.
Yeah.
Also, you're playing with it a lot during the day.
Yeah.
Probably doing this.
Helps me
Deep in
think.
thought.
Can't like pull the hairs out, make them longer.
I used to
You
do
can't?
that. Not make them longer.
Did they do
but-
that on different strokes?
That's a whole other movie. Go.
Yeah.
Biologists characterize beards as a secondary sexual characteristic as they are unique to one sex. True or false?
True.
True.
I don't think so. Facial hair is very common in women, and it's like probably an
Well, but
evolutionary thing too.
in general,
It's true.
true.
Yeah, in North America, I would say it's true, probably.
I mean, there
I
are.
forgot. Can you say the line again?
Biologists characterize beards as a secondary sexual characteristic as they are unique to
I
one
mean,
sex.
yes. I mean, there are
Okay.
exceptions to the rule, but like I remember learning
Okay.
in class.
Yeah, beards.
Like
yeah.
when I was a kid.
Maybe body hair, not so much, but beards.
beard
for
class?
Sure, yeah.
So that was
Beard
it, but I
class.
do have one fun fact about beards.
Oh, a fun fact.
Or it's about mustache.
Cheetos, fun fact.
On average, the average mustache will trap a pint and a half of beer every year.
Wow.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, that's for drinking later.
Wow.
Thank you, Tito, for today's midpoint. And that brings us to talking point number 2. I'm too sexy. The website Gay Pop Buzz.
Yep,
Sounds so reliable.
Gay Pop
A study
Buzz.
concluded.
I'm quite familiar.
This was just an article about the 7 struggles of gay dating when you're super attractive.
Oh my god.
Actually, yeah, it's hard to date a hot person.
When people complain about having I've just got too much money, it's hard to spend it all. Like, go fuck yourself.
Too much money's the problem.
Okay.
No,
so
it isn't.
Look at what it
these
did to
are the-
Lindsay Lohan.
No.
These are the 7 struggles. Number 1, nobody approaches you.
True.
True.
Number 2,
Yeah, but if you approach anyone you want, you can have them.
No.
Exactly. But like nobody approaches you.
So, nobody approaches me.
That's too much work.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Number 2, guys look at you as just a hookup.
Probably.
Yeah, I get that sometimes too. There's no way to talk about this without flattering yourself. I'm sorry, that should have been a disclaimer. But, you know.
3,
Refrain from commenting, yeah.
number 3, you get pawed on at bars.
That's
No,
true for
I
everyone,
wouldn't touch
feel.
a hot guy at a bar. No way.
No, I've had like butt squeezes, like nipple twists, everything.
Okay, well, Mr. Hottie over here.
Not Mr. Hottie, it's Mr. Clubs in Montreal are really trash.
Is that a thing? Like nipple twists? They like.
Yeah, or just like a flick, be like, hey, what's up? And it's just like
Little
here,
flick
if
of
it's
the nip?
cold, yeah.
Like, they're trying to just, like, turn it on. Just,
Yeah.
Number 4, other gay men get jealous.
Oh, I'm totes jealous. I want to look like that.
Everybody's jealous. No, not jealous of your looks. I think he means like possessively jealous.
No,
Or
Jealous that they're hot.
a lot of gay men get extremely jealous around other guys who are good looking. So,
Okay.
I wouldn't know, hopefully. Like, I've never been, I don't know. What does that look like when you're in a bar and someone's jealous?
like you're with friends and you're the hot one.
Oh, your friends get jealous
Yeah.
of you? I don't think so.
Because everybody's staring at you and not your friends.
Aw, that's sad.
But I mean, me and my friends have a strategy of like, okay, spread out and come back in 5 if you didn't find anything.
That's true. If I have a hot friend, I'll get jealous that he gets to hook up all the time. Yeah.
Number 5, some people think you are a hooker.
Okay, that was
Thankfully,
stupid.
no.
What?
No.
I hate when that.
We don't get paid.
Gay men assume you are super hung.
What?
If you're good
That's so
looking.
stupid.
That
There's
almost
no
sounds
correlation.
like the opposite.
You can be the hottest person with the tiniest dick. Like,
Yeah, especially if you're tall, people think that you have a huge dong because you're tall. I'm like,
Well,
I'm like
that's
I mean, I'm not tall or
usually
that
accurate.
tall.
I
but
do
people
love the
assume
word
that, but-
dong.
Yeah. Schlong.
And number 7, this is interesting. Feeling like you have to apologize. The feeling that you always need to apologize for looks you get on dates. Do you know what it is like to have the person sitting across from you say, "Why would you be interested in me?
That's
I don't
really
look like
annoying.
you."
And it's usually it's usually not
this?
connected to how you look. It's usually connected to how they think they look. It's just like, are you even interested in me? Like, why would you? When I saw you, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just
I'm
really,
that
really like.
person.
I don't want to be on a date where I have to tell someone, no, you look great. Don't say that. Like, so annoying.
In my
Self-deprecation.
experience, you really don't want to pull at that thread, like, because I've dated some really beautiful women, and yeah, I just don't
women
ever
is
pull
another
at that
story.
thread. I'm just like, you know
go
what?
with it.
You're here.
This
I'm
is
just
great.
gonna
Yeah,
go
yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
But I've had, I mean, not to, but back in the day, I had guys who I was interested in saying, "Why are you even interested in me?"
It's really annoying.
And of course, I'm like,
It's flattering.
no, it's not.
no, because you become
means you
less
think-
attractive.
Because you hate yourself. It's
That's
like
exactly right.
Yeah, so let me live and hate myself.
that's like gay braid
but,
spray.
but if I'm attracted to you and I want to date you, and then you say to me,
Grade?
"Oh, I'm
Don't
not
grade.
hot enough for someone like you," then I'm thinking, "Oh,
Maybe you're
you have
not.
low
Maybe
self-esteem."
you're right.
Yeah, that's
no,
what I'm thinking.
you have low self-esteem, and all of a sudden you become a little less attractive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
self-deprecation and self-pity are never hot.
Well,
Unless
self-deprecation
it's
in
coming
a
from
funny
Chris
way.
Pratt.
That's, you know,
Well, and that's only
self-deprecating.
because the
Chris Pratt.
comedy of
Unless
it
Chris Pratt.
is
Right.
what is attractive. It's not the deprecation part;
Right.
it's the comedy part.
Yeah.
But that's why, yeah, it's like confidence in any attraction, regardless of gay,
Confidence
straight,
is
whatever.
more attractive than
Confidence and humility are way better than
a
self-deprecation.
little
and shit,
humility
yeah.
goes a long way.
Yeah.
Mr. wrote this on Gay Pop Buzz.
Seriously. I'm handsome, just letting y'all know. I'm gonna write an article about it.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
Tito.
I think that's literally the guy just wrote that for himself. It's just like, I'm so hot, I have all these problems.
Hey, he didn't put a
I'm
picture
gonna
of
write an
himself.
article.
That's really like, you know. to the point.
Tito, speaking of super sexy, what is Bop of the Week?
Bop of the Week is Evanescence.
Wow, they have a new song? I can't gasp like that enough.
He does not like Evanescence. He just vomited in the corner.
No, I gasped too hard.
It's called Imperfection, and I really like it.
Poor thing.
I loved Evanescence back in the day, so that's exciting that they're
I didn't know they
back.
were still making music.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
This is
cool.
neat.
Amy
great
Lee
news.
is the lead singer.
Well, thank you, Tito. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching us. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. Press the red button. Costs you nothing. Helps us greatly. You can also check us out on Revry, the world's largest LGBTQ online streaming service. Check us out there, as well as all of their online content. They've got a lot of good stuff there. Our crowdfunding site is on Patreon, patreon.com/thepointguys. If you like us, please support us. Our audio version is on iTunes. Search for us there. Our website for all things The Point, thepointguys.net. Of course, you can email us and let us know what you think about the topics we talked about today. thepointguys@gmail.com. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank
Fred.
you. We have a new show every Tuesday, so we will see you next Tuesday.
Yes!
I was like,
Wait.
gonna get it. Yeah.
On The Point.
Yay!